This is Birmingham, Alabama. Today I decided to finally visit the city and cover one of the most deadly mass shootings caused by this man here. Only a young man, but full of demon energy.
Officers arrived on the scene when they observed multiple gunshot victims.
Ready to kill, no questions asked. Finally, these men were taken off the street and they live now in a Jefferson County jail until their fates are decided by the jury, judge, and the people of Birmingham, and the investigation efforts evidenced by the Birmingham Police Department and FBI. Welcome everybody. Yes, we have landed in Birmingham, Alabama to cover the mass shooting that killed 4 people and injured 17, and also 11 other murders that happened in a period of about 3 months in 2024. Finally, these suspects you see here, these serial killers, these are the demons. The ones who have finally been taken down by the FBI, ATF, and the Birmingham Police Department after killing everybody. These victims just from 5 Points South, downtown Birmingham, and a lot of other murders that we have yet to cover. So guys, welcome to Birmingham, Alabama, and let's go ahead and dive deep into exactly what took place to lead to all these murders.
Right now, the Birmingham Police Department is investigating a quadruple homicide following a mass shooting in the 5 Points South Entertainment District. On Saturday, September 21st, just after 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, South Precinct officers were dispatched to a call of multiple shots fired in the 2000 block of Magnolia Avenue South. Officers arrived on the scene when they observed 2 adult males and 1 adult female lying unresponsive on a sidewalk, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Officers then located additional victims in the area who were shot.
All right, welcome. This is 5 Points South, Magnolia Avenue. This is where the mass shooting happened on September 21st, 2024. Now, it's been a couple of months later, but finally we have all the information we need. The suspect behind this deadly shooting. This most likely was over gang violence that they must have, most likely he was targeting a rival gang member. Arrived here somehow and opened fire, killing 4 victims. The pictures you see here, the 4 victims, and injured 17 people. It all happened at the Hush Lounge. Now I'm going to take you guys to the Hush Lounge, which is right over here. Now the lounge is shut down, and that's kind of normal. Anytime you have a mass shooting going on at a club or a lounge, it usually gets closed down, and this is it right here. I think now it's been turned to a mini Big Bites, but guys, yes, before this was where that shooting happened. This is where 4 people were killed right behind me here. 4 people dead, 17 injured and hurt right here at the Hush Lounge, and this is how it looks so far. Now this was something that was active. Got a camera up there. Let's take a look inside, and it's all empty. You can definitely see that there's a Cash App sign there. Wow. Okay, so $40, no refunds, no pass outs. Wow, okay. And deep inside, you can still read a letter that says lounge. Okay. Now, as we can see, this is where the Hush Hookah Bar and Lounge was at, but as you can see now, it has been permanently closed. I mean, after a mass shooting, I don't think anybody's gonna come. And you can actually see that way in there, you can see a Hush sign that's still, yep, Hush, it says Hush. So that's definitely, this is the right place. And wow, you can still see a lot of beer, a lot of alcohol left in there. Wow, look at that. Now, obviously it's locked, we can't go in, but it was pretty decent size lounge, But now, of course, it is shut down and it has been transformed into, well, it's still abandoned, closed, but it looks like upstairs is going to be turned into something else. It's pretty insane. Wow, that mass shooting happened. Now, Birmingham is a very wild and crazy city with a lot of ghettos, a lot of slums. there's not much to do in Birmingham. There's not many clubs popping, so violence is pretty insane. Now, we're out here to do a coverage to tell you guys about the suspect and just give you a better idea for those of you who might have not heard of the full story. Well, now I'm going to read you the press release right here I have of the press release released by the FBI, which was also part of the investigation, the Birmingham Police Department. Okay, so let's do that right now. Okay, so the Birmingham Police Department detectives, received warrants for an arrest in connection to the murder of the 4 victims who were shot and killed, right? So, Antria Holloman, Tasia Brooker, Carlos McCain, and Roderick Patterson Jr. They were shot and killed on Saturday, September 21st, 2024 on the 200 block of Magnolia South Avenue. That's what we're looking at right now. You see that sign right there? All right. 17 others were injured by gunfire right here, Magnolia Ave. All of this was a massive crime scene. As you can see, this is video from the Birmingham Police Department that we were able to get of that active crime scene. A lot of units on scene. Now, most victims transport themselves to the hospital. Ambulances also rushed in. It was an absolute nightmare. So the suspect, this is the suspect right here. This is this guy. This guy is a serial killer. This guy is identified as Damien McDaniel, only 22 years old, of Fairfield, Alabama. He's only 22 years old, guys, and he's already on this murder nest. There's a Birmingham police officer over there. Just wanted to get that. But guys, it's pretty insane how a lot of the young dudes are always the ones killing and causing a lot of the damage and destruction to their own people. So anyways, he has been charged with capital murder, 2 or more persons, 1 count, assault, first degree, 17 counts. He is now in the Jefferson County Jail with no bond. Now, there's word that he just might face the death penalty. Hey, I don't blame him, but that's too quick and easy. All right, so they received, all right, so he's still at the jail, and he's awaiting a death penalty, I heard the last update. And, again, Saturday, 21st of September, just after 11 p.m., this is where it went down. It's pretty crazy that this looks very nice. It looks very quiet. It's beautiful here, actually. Very continental, very domesticated, right? I mean, it looks like a nice place, but I don't know. I guess Daniel was after someone, there's always beef with these young dudes, gang related, and I guess that he finally got a word that maybe one of his enemy rival gangsters was at the Hush Lounge, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna go there and shoot it up. Now, it's most likely believed that Daniel has some sort of Glock with a extendable magazine, 30-40 rounds, maybe a drum mag with 70-100 rounds, because there was a lot of bullets fired. I mean, we're talking about 17 people hit, 4 killed, right? Okay, so that's pretty insane. I mean, that's just wild. I mean, you can put 30 rounds and hit everyone, but my goodness, that is just insane. Anyways, this is the legendary, the reminder of Hush Lounge, and now it's abandoned, of course. It's no longer in service after that deadly shooting. All right. So anyways, guys, let's move on. Now, remember, Daniel is linked to other homicides in Birmingham since July of last year. And we're going to get into that, but we're going to take you to those areas to talk more about those murders. We're going to drive around and try to find those original crime scenes.
The Birmingham Police Department is conducting a quadruple homicide investigation after multiple people were shot at a nightclub. At around 11:08 p.m., North Precinct officers were dispatched to a call of multiple people shot at a nightclub located in the 3400 block of 27th Street North. Officers arrived on the scene when they observed multiple gunshot victims. Birmingham Fire and Rescue personnel arrived and pronounced an adult male gunshot victim deceased, who was located on a sidewalk near the nightclub. Birmingham Fire and Rescue personnel pronounced 2 adult female gunshot victims deceased, who were located inside the nightclub. Multiple gunshot victims began arriving at UAB Hospital.
All right, guys, welcome. You might remember this place. Here, this is the address where we were led to. This is where a birthday party was held at supposedly a nightclub or maybe a event space rented out on July 13th, 2024. Birmingham's, this is right here on the 27th Street, 34th Avenue North, okay? All right, this is just north of where that abandoned hospital was, all right? And this is where 14 people were shot. 4 of those victims died. 3 of them were related. It was some sort of birthday party that was taking place here. All right. Now, let me read you a little bit of the police report, and we're going to just walk around and take a better look at this place. So, it definitely looks interesting. I don't know too much about the area. We're going to wait for this car to get out. Okay, so this was a mass shooting that took place in 2024. The Birmingham Police Department conducted a quadruple homicide investigation. This happened on July 13th. All right, the victims were identified as Larendus Anderson, 24, of Center Point, Alabama. Steve McGee, 39, black male of Birmingham, Alabama. Markeisha Gettings, 42, of Birmingham. Angela Witherspoon, 56, of Center Point, Alabama. 3 of them were related, okay? So, approximately July 13th, around 11:08 p.m., the North Precinct officers were dispatched to report multiple people shot at a nightclub at 3400 block of 2700 North Street. This is exactly where we are, okay? It had to happen over here. All right, it most likely was that place called The Nest. We're going to go up over there. Most likely that is where, again, this guy, this Daniel, he's being indicted for this shooting as well. He, inside of a car, pulled up, and some sort of altercation happened, a fight between a couple of people, and he just started shooting from the street into the club, and the bullets went inside and struck that mass amount of people. Again, 4 killed and about 10 shot. All right, it was just absolutely nasty. Officers arrived on scene. They observed multiple gunshot victims. The Birmingham Fire Rescue personnel arrived and pronounced the gunshot victim, Steve McGee, deceased. Steve was on the sidewalk just outside the nightclub. The fire personnel pronounced gunshot victims Markeisha Gettings and Angela Witherspoon deceased. All right, Markeisha and Angela were discovered dead inside a nightclub from the gunshot wounds. All right. At least 10 additional gunshot victims arrived at UAB Hospital, either by the fire department or private vehicles. All right. A lot of times people will transport you by their private cars. They don't want to wait around for the fire department. Okay. All right. So, okay, the investigation suggested that there was a birthday party being held at this nightclub. Police believe an altercation ensued inside a nightclub, and after the altercation, at least one suspect drove by in a vehicle and fired shots from the street, you see there, into the nightclub. So this got to be it. I mean, we see a hole here. I see that camera must have definitely captured something. And most likely this was the nightclub here. It definitely looks like a nightclub. It's definitely abandoned now. It's definitely closed after that shooting. I mean, think about it. A mass shooting is definitely going to get your business shut down. So that's the irony of having clubs and lounges in you get those type of hood crowds, and they just, they just destroy everything for you. All right. So this was all linked back to McDaniel, this guy right here. So he is being indicted for this shooting that happened again on July 13th, okay? So, what about this guy right here? Well, this is Hardius Wood, age 27. He has been arrested in connection with the deadly shooting of Charlie Moore, age 61, at this scene you see here.
Right now, the Birmingham Police Department is on the scene of a homicide. We report to the public one of our officers fired shots at an armed suspect during this homicide investigation. At around 8:20 p.m., the Birmingham Police Department's Real-Time Crime Center alerted North Precinct officers. Real-Time Crime Center specialists observed a stolen vehicle in the North Birmingham Homes housing community, commonly referred to as Vice Hills. Our officers responded to the 3100 block of 43rd Avenue North when they observed the stolen vehicle. One of our patrol officers then heard shots being fired from an apartment. He confronted an armed suspect leaving the apartment, and during the confrontation, our patrol officer fired shots at the armed suspect. The armed suspect then entered the passenger side of the stolen vehicle, and the occupants fled the area. Our officers pursued the stolen vehicle until we observed that vehicle abandoned in the 4100 block of Fairmont Place. North Precinct officers responded to the apartment in the North Birmingham Homes housing community when they entered and observed.
Now a third suspect was also arrested. This is Nance Charles Darius. Okay, he has been arrested on capital murder charge. Why? Because he is responsible in connection to the deadly shooting of Charlie Moore, age 61. The third suspect arrested in that homicide. And obviously, this one as well has also been charged in connection to the shooting death of Charlie Moore. He has also been arrested in connection to the deadly shooting, the mass shooting on July of 2024 at the Trendsetters Lounge. This scene you see here.
Right now, the Birmingham Police Department is on the scene of a homicide. At around 8:50 p.m., North Precinct officers were dispatched to a person shot call at the 604 Bar and Lounge, located at 604 9th Street North. Officers arrived on the scene when they entered the lounge and observed an adult female lying unresponsive inside, suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. Birmingham Fire and Rescue personnel arrived and transported the victim to UAB Hospital. UAB Hospital staff pronounced the victim deceased. The preliminary investigation has revealed the following. Currently, we do not believe this was a random shooting. It is unclear if the victim was the intended target.
Okay guys, welcome. We have made it to the 60 Bar and Lounge, but it says Raw House. Not sure why, but this is 9th Street North, and this is on September 19th, is where a woman, 35-year-old Deontrinette Tina Brown, suffered a gunshot wound. She was taken with life-threatening injuries to the UAB hospital. However, there she would die of her injuries. Okay, this is where it happened, right where I'm standing. Okay, so this all was filled with Birmingham police, homicide detectives, and crime scene investigators. All right, now I don't know if they changed the name from 604 Lounge. I see that on their Instagram that they're active, but this is where it took place, that shooting back on September the 19th. Now, Damien McDaniel is indicted, charged for her murder. All right, this young dude that was also involved in that mass shooting also shot this woman. I don't know why. We don't know. We didn't find out too much information, but that is another deadly shooting where Daniel is responsible for. Okay, it happened like right out here, you know. Now, I don't know, again, if they changed the name. They most likely did, but this is where it was really active. All right, you can see that there is a no gun sign allowed, but if you guys really think about it, what is that really going to do? These hoodlums, these gangsters, they don't care. They'll kill and blow you up. They don't care. Looks like a nice lounge. I don't know if it's closed and being renovated, but this is how it looks like so far. This is 2025, January 12th, as I'm speaking, you know. So I think this would happen. Maybe it was 604, and maybe they changed the name, you know, after, you know, a deadly shooting. Usually that happens. But anyways, let's find out more information. Let's go to another scene where Daniel is responsible for, which is the Southeast Lake. All right, so we're also going to go there and just travel around and keep covering this crazy ass story about 11 people murdered in the last couple months. 2024 was definitely an active year for Birmingham.
The Birmingham Police Department is investigating a homicide. On Sunday, September 22nd, at around 9:20 p.m., East Precinct officers were dispatched to a shot spotter alert in the 700 block of 81st Place South. Officers arrived on the scene when they observed an adult male lying unresponsive on a sidewalk, suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. Officers then located an adult female lying in the front yard, suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. Birmingham fire and rescue personnel arrived and rushed both victims to UAB Hospital. UAB Hospital staff pronounced the adult male gunshot victim deceased. While officers were investigating the scene on 81st Place South, they learned an adult male gunshot victim arrived at St. Vincent's East by private vehicle. The preliminary investigation has revealed the following. We believe an unknown suspect shot the victims and then fled in a vehicle.
You see this guy right here? Probably the most dangerous man of all in Birmingham. Only 22 years old and is responsible for just 2 mass shootings. Victims, too many to name. I had to put some on the side of the screen. But this guy already has so many bodies. Pure serial killer. A killing machine, a nightmare. And finally, he's in a Jefferson County jail with no bond. But at his prime, this guy was unstoppable. Just killing left and right. At least responsible for 30% of the homicides in Birmingham, confirmed by police. Okay guys, well look at that. I didn't know there was another police station here. Maybe this is a substation. But anyways guys, this is the ending of this wrap up of these mass shootings, these violent crimes. Very nice crown, Vic. And pretty much this was a recap of the 5 shooting suspects that really they could face a death penalty in Alabama. Now, Alabama doesn't play. They are pretty ruthless. You never know. But because they committed so many mass shootings, especially Daniel, I mean, this guy is no joke. It's only fair that, the death penalty should be served. The guy is a straight up serial killer, So that's something that I'm just like, blown away that he's still, locked up, causing so much death and destruction to his own people, his own community, So anyway, several suspects, including the ones connected to that mass shooting, they're in court, locked up at the Jefferson County Jail. Now, Damien McDaniel is accused of murdering 11 people, including 2 mass shootings in Birmingham. All right, just to recap with you guys, okay? Just to recap. With that being said, now, while capital murder charges mean the death penalty can be sought, it cannot be discussed in the courtroom, so we don't know. But they can very well face murder for all these wild shootings. These 5 guys, but especially I can't pronounce his name. McDaniels, or the hell you say his name. All right, so just to recap. According to the news here in Alabama, case 1, N.Y. Quan Lahr, however you say his name, is charged with a capital murder in connection to Jaquara's death on September 22 on the Southeast Lake. Lahr pleaded not guilty. The pretrial hearing is set for March 11th. Case 2. Harrius Woods is charged in the murder of Charlie Moore. In a quadruple murder at the birthday party at the Trendsetters venue in July, Woods pleaded not guilty. All right. Case 3. Larry Rollins, another of the 5 shooting suspects. He is facing multiple charges for the death of Jaquaris M. He pleaded not guilty, of course. Come on, they never want to accept accountability. They never want to plead guilty. Case 4. DeMarco Beck is charged with capital murder in the death of Jamarcus M. He also didn't plead guilty. His pretrial is coming soon with a later date, not yet posted. Case 5. Zachary Holmes is also being charged with capital murder in the death of Jamarcus M. Of course, he didn't plead guilty. Come on now. These guys are straight up demons. They never want to accept accountability. They're not going to plead guilty. We all know that. Come on. But again, in Alabama, they don't play. Even I'm afraid to be out here. But guys, this is the new city where I want to cover. All right. and they definitely want to keep doing more crime news in Alabama. So guys, thank you so much for watching. This is a coverage. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. We are outside of the North Precinct Birmingham Police Department, keeping you guys covered on this wild 2 mass shootings and several other homicides that have plagued 2024 with nothing but death and destruction for the community of Birmingham, Alabama, making it worse than Florida, making it just probably the most deadly city and state of all of America. I mean, think about it. Almost December was full of homicides. We had a guy that was killed, a 51-year-old, delivering pizza near Roebuck. It's a shame, really. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here before the police starts questioning me. Why am I out here, filming their cars? Guys, thank you so much for watching. We are in Birmingham. I'll keep you guys updated on the latest things. Be safe, be careful. Much love. And if you like this, please let me know. I definitely want to grow an audience here in Birmingham and be that crime influencer that keeps you updated on all the crazy things happening around you with the hood news and all the shootings. Much love. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next scene. Do me a favor, survive, stay alive, and Bama strong.